Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for combos.
Let's see how long the opponent lets us do cool things.
Triggers. What is happening? Commanders.
In my opinion, the most broken deck you're gonna see. Monkeys!
This is Historic Brawl. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB, Ketramose, the new dawn in Brawl. One of the more exciting commanders to come out of Aetherdrift. I have a special Brawl edition deck for you that you can also play in Commander. If you want to go out to an LGS and play some 4-player, you can assemble this in paper and play it in Commander, although there are definitely a number of cards that I would run in Commander that I can't run in Brawl that are missing. You have that option. So, Ketramose, this is a heck of a god, and the menace life-linking indestructibleness is great, but it can't do anything unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. So believe me, we're going to put things in exile. But there's a kicker. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and, lose a life. No big deal on the life loss, but draw a card? Don't worry about your life total. In fact, I think I might name the video Life is a Resource. We'll see. So we want to take advantage of this in a number of ways, doing things that black and white already want to do. Of course, exiling creatures and permanents from the battlefield, but also getting up in the opponent's hand and taking away things they want and then exiling them from graveyards. So the deck is going to lean quite a bit into the idea of making them discard and then also exile those discarded cards from a graveyard using another effect to get card advantage with Ketramose. So let's start here on this side closest to me. I call this the disruptive side. You're black and white. Your opponents in Brawl are going to try to ramp up fast or kill everything they see. If you want to hang with them, you have to disrupt their plans to some extent. These are cards that are very good at do that. Some are standard Brawl cards like Curse of Silence, Esper Sentinel, Mana Tithe. These aren't particularly better in this deck than any other white deck, but we do get into some specialty stuff as we go. So Orum's Chant and Silence will keep the opponent from taking some actions on certain turns. These are normally used as a time walk, but these can also be used to resolve your commander against a blue deck. Dreams of Steel and Oil is a card that can exile a card from the graveyard while also hitting the hand, so it goes into this deck. And then you have the other discard effects of Duress, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. Tiny Bones joins up is actually a really good one. It gets a card from their hand, and then when you play your commander, you mill a card into their graveyard. The mill is important because what sometimes happens with this deck is they run out of cards in the graveyard for you to exile to get that card advantage, and Tiny Bones makes that happen. Vexing Bauble shuts down free spell commanders like Itali, like Emoti. This is another vegetable. Reprieve is a great vegetable. You just want it in all your white decks. And then Liliana the Veil fits into a ton of black decks, but really fits in here because we fill that graveyard either by making them sack creatures or discard cards. And then there is Grief because these evoke elementals are busted. And we have Thought Distortion, which besides being a great way to host blue that we can tutor up using things like Wishclaw Talisman, the Thought Distortion also exiles spells from the graveyard, which can trigger Ketramose, the new dawn. And what's better than Thought Distortion? How about Thought Distortion, draw a card? So then we also want to remove the opponent's permanents from the battlefield using exile effects, and we've got a ton of them. Portable Hole, Static Prison, which by the way, this is a really fun thing to Wishclaw for, because if you Wishclaw for Static Prison and then exile the Wishclaw, you draw a card and then you get back the Wishclaw. Sounds like a bit of a dirtle, but sometimes it's good. It also can reset a Wishclaw that's completely spent. We'll get to Wishclaw in a second. If I run Wishclaw Talisman in a deck, I always make sure I have a lot of lines to take advantage of the card. Swords, exile, Anguish Unmaking, Legion to Ashes, Wandering Emperor, exile something, sometimes not on your turn. You might want to think about that before exiling something in combat. And The End. So this is an interesting one. For one thing, we get our life total below 5 so often before rebuilding it with Ketramose's attacks that The End is pretty good. But the idea that you can hit something in a singleton format with The End and then go through their deck and find other copies, usually not important. In Brawl, every now and then, man, what do they play? They play the rats. They play the petitioners. They play the things you can have any number of. They play the heir apparents. The End is a wonderful card against them that fills the exile zone to turn Ketramose on immediately. And like I said, often only 2 mana. Abstruse Appropriation exiles a non-land permanent, and then you may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, which is a pretty fun effect, stealing something. A little crime here. Elspeth Conquers Death, Solitude, Kaya the Inexorable, March of Otherworldly Light, Prismatic Ending can exile things that are 1 or 2 mana or 0. So those are my exile effects in the deck to go with the Ketramose ability. Keep in mind, if you're exiling something on the opponent's turn, it won't trigger Ketramose, so we lean more towards the things that are sorcery speed than usual. Now we hit the graveyard, and I've got so many ways to exile cards out of the graveyard. Cling to Dust, Ghost Vacuum, Relic of Progenitus, Scrabbling Claws. These little artifacts are absolute bangers in the deck. Not only do they hose a deck that wants to use their graveyard, they trigger Ketramose over and over, and they are the main weapons of the deck, along with Lion Slash. Emperor of Bones is an exile every combat, kind of like Lord Skitter, but cheaper. And then there's Agatha's Soul Cauldron, Unlicensed Hearse, same effects. Kaya Orzhov Usurper is a little more expensive, but more versatile. And Spirit's Justice, same thing. A notable is Rest in Peace. This is an interesting card. On one hand, it shuts down a ton of the other cards in your deck, like all the cool cards I just mentioned. On the other hand, it turns every fetch land into a draw card. It turns every bauble into a draw card. It turns every permanent that can go to a graveyard into a draw card. Rest in Peace is sometimes like knowing when, how to rest in peace is part of playing the deck a lot. It's hard to cover everything. Anyway, let's get into board wipes and card advantage, some of the vegetables for the deck. Ripples of Undeath is a sweet card advantage card. I've been playing more and more in a number of decks, and it's very good here at filling your graveyard. It is turned off by your Rest in Peace, so be careful. Pest Control, a great way to wipe out a bunch of cheap cards or just cycle it, or is a Silex. This is a fun one because it exiles itself from the battlefield, and it destroys everything, which means it doesn't kill Ketramose, and you draw a card. Awesome. Temporary Lockdown. This is a really fun one to get with Wishclaw, and then lock down the Wishclaw and whatever's on the board. Black Market Connections is a very, very sweet card draw card. It just goes in a lot of these decks, especially if they have life gain of some form in the command zone, along with Necro Dominance and Necropotence. These are two of the more powerful cards in the deck and lead to some of the more crazy lines in the deck. For example, Necro Dominance says if a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. This, like Rest in Peace, also turns your fetch lands into card draw with Ketramose, but watch your life total. My god, is it easy to burn all your life in this deck. Necropotence also says if you would discard a card, exile that card from your graveyard. Because you are discarding it to your graveyard, then exiling it from there, that can trigger Ketramose. So keep that in mind when using Necropotence, as you can turn that into card draw, but you can also end up in a loop where you kill yourself. Kaya's Wrath. If you're going to run a board wipe, this one's both black and white, so you can pitch it to elementals in matchups where it's bad, and it gains life equal to the creatures you control that were destroyed. Sometimes relevant. Then we have the One Ring because it's the One Ring, and then we have Farewell because it's Farewell, but it's extra good in this deck because if we don't exile our Ketramose, we can draw cards from the other things we exile, and sometimes it alleviates us from the pain of Necropotence and Necrodominance. Vegetables. These could just go in a ton of my decks. Chrome Mox, Mishra's Bauble, Mox Amber, Land Tax, Dark Ritual, Wishclaw Talisman, Arcane Signet, Recruiter of the Guard. Once you know what to do with these cards, when they are in your opener, they are almost an auto keep given a few other things that can go the right way. Then we have some specialty cards that are only like good in this Ketramose deck or a deck on this theme. Ephemerate is great, of course, with the Evoke Elementals, which I run all the time, but here in Ketramose, we can use it just to draw some cards by exiling any creature, including Ketramose, and getting some benefits. Fleeting Spirit. This is a little banger, and often what I use Recruiter of the Guard to get, because it can exile cards from our graveyard, which draws cards, but we can also discard a card to exile this creature and return to the battlefield under our owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, which lets us cycle through our deck and fill our graveyard while drawing cards with Ketramose. Very good card in this deck. Sheldred the Apocalypse offsets the life loss and is something we usually eventually need to not die. Karn the Great Creator in this deck is very interesting because the -2 works so well. We have such much control over what gets exiled in this deck. That way you can often use the -2 to get things like the One Ring or Agatha's Soul Cauldron or Relic of Progenitus. So the -2 becomes card advantage where otherwise it usually isn't. And against an artifact deck, of course, it's game over. Then Ashiok lets us, instead of paying some of that life, exile cards from our deck, which builds up our exile pile, which lets Ketramose attack right away. Can also make nightmares that build up as well. And Obsidat, the Ghost Council, one of the shakier includes, is a really sweet way to help make life total go up in an Orzhov kind of style. And it's great against opponents who count on sorcery speed removal or the minus abilities of planeswalkers to manage the board, because Obsidat gets around that. Now we are almost to the end. I know, I'm trying 10 minutes. I know, trust me, I know. But what we have here are lands that aren't just lands. And a lot of them are removal that I run in a lot of decks. And I highly recommend these MDFCs. It's so good. But then there are other effects that exile graveyards that draw cards with Ketramose. So we have Boggart Trawler. We got Scavenger Grounds. Pit of Offerings is a funky one. And then up here we have Bajuka Bog. Hive of the Eye Tyrant exiles a card when it attacks, which can draw a card with Ketramose. And Restless Fortress and Shambling Vents gain you life, and this deck's life total is under siege constantly, so we've got to run them. And then we have the lands that just produce mana. That is the deck. That is my Ketramose Control-y Exile pile. It's a ton of fun to play. Life is definitely a resource, and there are a lot of options with the way this thing plays, but I've talked your ear off enough, so let's thank the sponsor of today's video and then dive into the gameplay. And as always, you're cool.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of CovertGoBlue, and you can find all of his unique tokens and playmats at CovertGoBlue HQ. Take to the skies with CGB's Shark token and playmat, and his premium Dragon Rider token and playmat, or become the apex predator of your next game night with his Dinosaur Rider playmat and token. CoolStuffInc.com/CGB is your place for all things CovertGoBlue. So check it out if you want to channel your inner one in best of one. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
On the play against Amara, Soul of the Accord, which should be a deck that's vulnerable to board wipes. We start with Inquisition. We play Fleeting Spirit, which is a good card. All right, let's keep it. Hi. Skrelv. But there's also Caretaker's Talent. I'll take the talent. Take the card draw. I mean, they have a Toski, but it's a little slower at least. Play the Shrine, play the Spirit. Ooh, Scryland on 2? Not gonna play the Amara. Skrelv attacks. No blocks. I'll take my Toxic, thank you. Reliquary Tower. Ketramose. Mana Tithe? Should have seen it coming. Should have seen it coming. You little bastard. All right. That must feel really good for them. Like, really good. No doubt. No doubt that feels amazing. How many lands down here? I think we run out the Silex. Toski's good against the Silex. We're gonna have to find another way to exile. But then how many cards in graveyard? We can discard a card anytime. I guess this is a card that can be graveyard, right? This can't get white, but they don't know that. I mean, they might know that. Provisions. Yep, checking graveyard. There's 2. They see the fetch land. See, no attack. Back street. Fill that grave. Ooh, I want that card though. I want that card. I don't know if they have a solution to that. I think we play this again. What are they gonna do? Mana Tithe me twice? Wouldn't be me. They'll probably block if they're wise. Maybe they just don't want to risk it. All right, we got damage. Discard to exile this. Draw. Feed graveyard. Get through library. And all the while the Sylex is sitting there, so you know they're a little worried about that. Oh, okay. Well, I guess not. We're gonna be unleashing the Sylex, I gotta believe. They're playing right into our trap. They're going wide. They have a great many tokens. Don't know what they can do about it. The Skrelv gets the MR through. So untap. In this situation, we want to play this land. We want to... We could attack first, but I don't think that's necessary. All right. Discard this Fell the Profane. Draw this card. Necro Dominance, nice. Trigger Sylex, which exiles it from the battlefield, which is a card draw, which I love. And we can go get a Planeswalker. Which one do we want? So many good ones. I will get the Wicked Manipulator. We're at 14. Let's exile some cards. And we draw a Karn. That's awesome. And on end step, the Spirit returns. If you want to be really tricky, you can put a stop on the end step and then flicker the Spirit again. I don't think I need to with this hand. I like my hand, but it's a play you can make. Okay, the Toski has to be handled. So I think that's just get out the Ashiok. And make some dorks. Let's also play the claws. Pick on the graveyard. Lion Sash, okay. What do we discard? I don't think I need the Sash, as good as it is in the deck. I mean, Necro Dominance is like endless cards. So yeah, we're gonna keep that. Dark Ritual, nice. Okay, hold that. Trigger. These build up because I exiled a card. Some could say a couple. Spirit returns. Let's hold up mana with the claws. But the Spirit can also exile cards from our graveyard, which is another way to draw a ton of cards. We just don't need them at this moment. And we even have Necro Dominance up our sleeve and Reliquary Tower. You can pay any amount of life, aka exile a big chunk of your deck. Oh, the opponent's gonna get aggressive. Down to 8. They didn't take out the Ashiok. I think I'm going to make them regret that. Okay. We do have a little flying problem, so we need to get enough cards exiled for Ketramose to attack. That would be very nice. Let's plus and exile one of them. I'll exile, how many cards in your graveyard? 6. I will exile this one. And we want as many different little instances of these triggers as possible. If you would pay life. Yeah, I'm not paying life with Ketramose. Not how it works. I'm losing life. It's different, but now we can attack. Now we can attack. But we do pay life with Necro Dominance. And we have no maximum hand size from Reliquary Tower. This is kind of sick. This is really sick. They go to 3. I can almost kill them. All right, Karn. Karn with the Silex is a neat combo, but we don't need it here. Solitude. Oh, that's pretty sick. I'm still hanging on to the... I guess I'm never going to play the Ghost Council, which in a way bums me. No, I countered myself. Good game. Don't forget my bauble. 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 Sorry. The Roaring Prophet. This is X spells basically. 4/4 when it enters mill 6. Put a card with X in its cost. Yeah, X spells. Just don't worry. They're not going to actually do anything, guys. We're going to destroy them. It's going to be fine. Fanatic of Ronus, so they can play their commander next turn. The One Ring, no. It's a good card. Gotta go. I know, I could take the Cultivate and hope to mana screw them, but they'd top deck a land if I took that Cultivate it. You know, I know. You know that's true. Deadly Cover Up. Old Gnawbone in that hand, by the way. Get our card drawer on the field. The Prophet. And a World Soul's Rage. Ugh. And this taps for 4 mana now. But they don't play the Hydra. You draw Chrome freaking Mox. Sure. Sorry, Wishclaw? Guess not. Oh wait, it can't be an artifact. Okay. So I guess it's Farewell? Can I wait a turn? How bad does it get if I wait a turn? Look at the lands in the graveyard. I think I have to play this Hearse. Anguished Unmaking, nice. Get rid of that Fanatic, it makes so much mana. I mean, this one also can make a lot of mana, but the Fanatic is just like a free roll. All right, let's see what this Roaring Prophet can do. Probably cast a very big Hydra. Right into our deadly cover-up. Uh-huh. Oh my god, they're playing all their creatures. Okay, they just played the small ones. Okay. Continue to get those lands. I'm a Soul Cauldron deck, so I have to think about that when exiling stuff. Recruiter of the Guard. Still need another land very badly. And I was hoping to get something else in the graveyard to collect some evidence. We only need one more card exiled and Rogent to block these. And then the opponent might be able to do like a giant World Souls Rage. Ugh. We could go get Grief and take the World Souls Rage. That's not the worst. Actually, go with Relic first. Voila, 7. 4 life. Grief. That will take the rage. I'm not that afraid of this weird creature tutor. If it ends up being busted, I will accept my lumps. So I could exile this, hit both graveyards, draw 2 cards, or I could save for the cover up. Hold. As long as I can't give some big Hydra haste. Oh my. Big mana. Big mana. Okay. X equals 8. An opponent chooses to shuffle those back in. But once they lose all their mana to the cover up, I'm not afraid. Now, what do you know? Crater Hoof Behemoth made the list. See, these can... I think I take the ones that make extra mana. All right, choose 2. This is 1. This is 2. Yeah, we'll send the cheap ones back, right? Wait, what? It said I choose... Am I crazy? It said choose 2. An opponent chooses 2 of them. Shuffle the chosen into your library. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Oh my God. But what if we're okay? What if it's fine? What if it's fine? I can't believe I read it twice and still messed it up. I have become the worst Magic player I know. I can't say anything to mono red players anymore. They are geniuses compared to me. So these tap for black. I'm debating getting white to put out a sash, and I think I do. Haste creature blocked. I think the other part I missed was just onto the battlefield. I was like, they go to your hand, right? No, they go on the battlefield. You dumb. You fool. Come on, work it out. Shieldred the Apocalypse, what a card. Oh, protection from everything sure would be nice. All right, how low do I go? I don't want to get lightning bolted. Don't lightning bolt me. We're almost there. Just let me get out the Apocalypse and it'll be fine. Yes, yes. I do not deserve to win. I'm the worst. There's a Banefire right there. A Crackle with power. Oh God, they put the Banefire in hand. Okay. Hard mode. Hard mode is here. Gonna play this. Gonna exile stuff. Gonna gain. And an Inquisition. It's my birthday. It's my freaking birthday or something. Okay. I can also just win, right? I can win. I can win. $12 coming at you. Holy cow. It's fine. It's fine. I was playing on hard mode. I played on hard mode. That's what I did. Our brilliant opponent is Mythweaver Pock. Oh boy, lands. Land tax. That should get some lands. Grief? But no white? It's not a busted hand, is it? That Reliquary Tower really costing us a mull there. I mean, gosh, going second is so hard. They go turn 1 elf. It just doesn't really matter what else we do, but I mean, it has Necro Dominance in it. Ugh. It's a discard hand against a ramp deck. All that they have to do is ramp on turn 1, and we've already lost in a lot of senses. All right, do we duress or dreams? Duress or dreams? Dreams. Okay. And we see they have a scape shift combo. Okay, okay. This could be worse. It doesn't look like they have anything this turn. Duress their scape shift. Yep, just a lot of land. And if they run out Pock next turn, we Liliana. Do it. Do it. You know they're gonna wait. They have to wait, right? They have to wait. Oh, don't. Come on. Lair of the Hydra poke me? I would do it. I would do it. Not gonna lie. We're gonna get pocked out of our mind. But let's begin. Make things difficult.
Something suspicious is going on. I'm tired of your secrets.
I don't think we need the vacuum. We have a better weapon in Relic. So the opponent discarded a fetch land because why? Because they had another one. All right. Rest in peace. Pretty good card. So if they're going to Splendid Reclamation, man, if I just put the Relic out that one time, right? Okay. So how many lands in their graveyard? Just 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't Splendid and Pock in the same turn the way things are set up now. If I show them the Relic, they might go for it anyway, though. I don't know, man. I could Relic and Necro Dominance, though. But I can't hold up the mana for it. I could also just rest in peace. Just be done with it. God, this is tough. All right, be mana efficient. Be mana efficient. What could go wrong? Here's a Relic. I think they'll have a big turn, but not a busted turn. If they find a way to pop off from here, I absolutely blew it. Don't think Mana Tithe is going to catch him. You'd be surprised sometimes what a Mana Tithe can do. I don't think this is one of those times. They might just power up Lair and hit Liliana. Never mind. They're not doing that. So they can power up Lair to sack to Liliana. That's a little concerning. So I believe the answer is this.
You won't be outsmarting me.
They keep Splendid Reclamation in the face of Relic of Progenitus. It's kind of crazy. That Lair of the Hydra, though, man. Sus. Okay, we got a few pieces of interaction. They're just slow. Ooh, they're seeking. Attack Liliana, but don't kill her. I mean, I like that.
You chose the wrong day to cross me.
Number go up.
Don't overthink things.
Do I play you? I think I hold up mana. Oh, I hate it though. I really hate it. I mean, we're drawing cards anyway. No spells. No spells. This is going to try to trap them into attacking with the lair, and then we Wandering Emperor it. Okay, they're not falling for that. I can empty their hand. I really want to keep these removal spells, though. I think I'm playing you. And we get to draw because of Marsh Flats. We get a Fleeting Spirit, that's fine. So yeah, every time something goes to the graveyard this way, we get more cards. Ooh, the end. We can get that down to just 2. We can Thoughtseize them and get that to 2. Is that the play? I think we want 4 mana open if I'm being real. And if we're not Dude, we Thoughtseize them.
Won't be outsmarting.
We know it's not a land. I think... I think I Thoughtseize them. Let's see what they discarded. What was it? A Wayward Swordtooth. I think I Thoughtseize them. I'm too scared not to. And now the end only costs 2. Okay, Lotus Cobra. That card's busted. No regrets there. Gotta start gaining that life. I think we just decline here. Our spells are good. Our engines exist. Where's a Claws of Gix when you need one? Old card reference, don't mind me. Bill's pretty good. Okay, a couple of creatures here. They're fighting with Ketramose. All right, I'm not going to draw as many cards doing it this way, but I'm doing it now anyway. I have enough access to cards through Ketramose at this point. Bill's got to go. Before our life total go up. Look at these monsters. Look at this stuff. Look at what they're trying to do to us. We can give them no quarter. Look at this evil. A lot of people like looking at other people's decks. Enjoy. They even got their Chromox. It's a teched out Megapok. And we're going to destroy it. We have to destroy it. All right, Liliana, get him. That's a card.
Haven't you ever heard of personal?
That's a Pit of Offerings. Not very useful. Now I'll rest in pieces down, but hey, this is 4 life. This comes in tapped, unfortunately. Play these claws. Sack these claws. Nope, can't. Gotta have a card in the graveyard to sack the claws. That's gonna be difficult to achieve. All right, but we can 5 up, right? Which done making. The Solitude's great though. Are they gonna fire the bullet that is the lair of the Hydra now? Yes, they are. Now, they might have a way to protect it. Let's go for Wandering Emperor, and we can respond with Solitude. Okay, got there. Whoo! Magic the Gathering. Emote, easily one of the nastiest. So, do we try? We've got some fast mana. It's hard to mulligan fast mana. We really want the Vexing Bauble. We could take a mulligan to try to hit it, because that alone would shut down their whole deck. Reprieve is okay. Kaya. I mean, it's all fine. I would keep this almost always. But here, I don't even have an answer to an elf. Easy. Never didn't have it. The Verge, taps for black. All right, make sure there is nothing that will interfere with my bauble. What do you know? There is nothing that will interfere with my bauble. In fact, they kept a pretty bad hand. I think I'll just reprieve their whatever spell they play. Beautiful. Gonna curse Gilded Lotus and play the bauble. Because Gilded Lotus, that can cast a lot of the big stuff in their deck. That's also why we took the Grow from the Ashes. Yeah, your free spells get countered. So hopefully they don't hit something that can't be countered. That would be sad. Whiff. As if I needed more things to go right for me. So they missed their land drop. Here's my commander. And next turn, Obsidat. Let the party begin. That makes a lot of mana. Never mind, we're exiling that thing. Lockdown? Not what we want here. Actually. No. I was gonna just exile the lockdown, but I can't then also do something else anyway. Ooh, and we draw a Duress. Kiora! Out of there. No card advantage, please. They got the Jadzi. More ways to get lands. Oh my god. We're trying to get them trapped and keep them trapped. Why didn't they play the... Is this an instant? They're holding up something. I think they thought something was an instant and it's not. Anyway, that's how to beat Emote. Uh-oh. Atroxa, Praetor's Voice. Usually planeswalkers. We're going to need a lot of good answers. This hand is insanely slow. I would only keep it if I were sure Rest in Peace was going to be the nuts. Against Atroxa, not really. Come on, where's the fast mana? Instead, I get all tap lands now? It's brutal. Okay, at least this interacts and we have the Spirit. Putting Kaya away feels so bad here, but I think that's the right play because we need the claws to draw us cards. Trying to think of, do I need to surveil for a land? Or should I just get the claws down? I'll try surveilling for a land, but let's see what they do. I'm also not sure if I should just play the Fleeting Spirit. To be honest, I am really unsure here. If I get stifled, it's because I held, and I did not. Signet? Sure. Hopefully they don't spell pierce that. Okay. On the board. Complete with Scrabbling Claws. So next turn we can play Commander and draw. Try to hit land. And the opponent has Broker's Ascendancy, so maybe they're a +1/+1 counter deck. We top deck a land, it'll be so good. We do! Okay. Okay. So one thing at a time. Let's play Ketramose. Let's hit our own graveyard to draw. Okay. Let's go get a swamp. Unfortunately, because I forgot I can't get a white source that way, I will not be using Static Prison this turn. Derp. I hate it when I'm dumb. But what are they going to do? It's really not that bad. Narset.
Focus and discipline.
Yeah.
Your prowess.
Yeah, that card is a headache. We can deal, though. We can definitely deal. Jace. Oh, God. It begins. Bajuka Bog. Target player? There's 2 in here? Okay. Then in that case, man, I shouldn't do the prison, right? I should do this while I can and get that card out of our existence forever. No! Hexproof from blue and black. We're fine. We're fine. Veil of Summer. Come on. All right, we're back online. Let's go Bog you. Target me. Where am I going to find the energy, though, to keep this Narset off the field? We're going to have to find more answers. There's a Silex. Something. Liliana. Oh, my goodness. All right. These Planeswalkers are going to be rough, huh?
I'm taking the credit when we win. I've always hated crowds.
Do I need to move it to the command zone? I have this. Yeah, let's move it. We can just play it again, right? Well, they can minus the Liliana again. Is that the play? I should probably get the ring going. It would be nice to draw land, and then I could also curse their Atraxa. But what we're trying to do is get to where we can play this and use it in the same turn. That's what we really want. If we can blow their board with the Silex after they get the Narset back. Maybe we run this out now. If they have an answer to it, that's a disaster. We go for it. Spirit's good with it. If they remove that Silex, it's gonna break my heart. It was like our best solution to their Planeswalker deck. I think you gotta go for it. I mean, they've only got like 4 cards in their 100-card pile, really. Okay, I will discard a card. What card will I discard? Guess the Damnation. So why'd they do that? Okay. Did they not read the Silex, or do they have another trick? What trick could they have? Stifle? Each player discards.
I'm tired of your secrets.
They might have a stifle. Which we can curse it. Proliferate my energy? They didn't. Okay. Do we exile this piece? I think we save it for later. Graveyards are food. Give no quarter, right? Who knows what they run? Treasure Cruise. Dig Through Time. Command the Dread Horde. I can decline. Yeah, I'm going to activate this Silex. I name Stifle. Gotta be sure this resolves. It's too sus. It's too sus. Gotta keep an answer for the Atraxa for later. One more time. Activate.
My mind needs fine.
Okay.
I know when I'm not wanted.
We got their stuff off the field. We kept our fleeting spirit. We are stuck on 4 lands. Whoa! Dude. Dude, calm down. And their last card's Stifle, right? That's what we know? We don't know that. I'm just hoping. Okay. Let's see if we can build a juicy Kaya's Wrath with protection from everything. Like they play Atraxa here. Hopefully they don't ultimate a Planeswalker right here, though. That could be game over. Yeah, I can't draw with it anyway because I can't put burden counters on it with the Vorinclex. Oh, okay. Each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Oh, so that's game over? Yeah, that's game over. Dude, I guess I had to kill the Vorinclex. Our opponent claims to ride turtles and play Arabella. Very aggressive. We have pest control. Blessed by the shuffler. Keep. We'll see if this is the kind of hand that gets pest controlled. Probably is. No, I'm not griefing my pest control. We'll find something else. Hope of Girapur. First thing to get pest controlled. Give me the Backstreet. Mox Amber. Beautiful. Just get this out there before I forget about it. Now that might get pest controlled. That is a fact. Bold. But if they play Arabella, we can go Ketramose into Portable Hole. Okay, they hold, so they've got something else. They've got something else. What is it? Reprieve? If they're gonna reprieve, let them do it. If they're gonna mana tithe, that's way worse. Let's just pass. We're not under enough pressure to worry. Oh, you know what this is? It's probably like Resolute Reinforcements. Okay, I'll play into it then. I'm not gonna play like they have a counter spell when they're just gonna make 2 dorks. Okay, that resolved. I'm not using the Portable Hole. I really want to, but I'm not. The pest control will get that thing. Okay. Dang, dude. Cooking over here. Holy crap. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum bum. And they freeze me? Nasty. I'll play this grief. Song of Totentens, Lightning Strike, Clarence Spirit. We'll take the Spirit, or the Lightning Strike, because it gets rid of the grief. Pass. Gotta get more stuff exiled. That 1000th moon probably has to be hit by the Elspeth Conqueror's death. Oh my god. So many tokens. So many tokens. Yeah, attack with all. Good solid play. Eat this because it has a power and toughness. All right. Furborg, cool. See, that's why we didn't sack the land. Now we can use it for free. Give me this. Get that thing out of my life. Draw me this card. The hearse. Get me this portable hole. Get this Swiftfoot boots out of there. Draw me a card. It's a land. Hold. Hold. Oh my god, hold. Wait, am I dead? Am I dead to Song plus Arabella? They only have one red source. Okay. And then next turn it costs more. That's good for us. Kill this. Line up that pest control. We're going to give them the boots back. That is bad. But if we play the Karn, they can't use them. But then they still have the Song in hand, but it's going to cost more because of Elspeth Conqueror's death. Boom!
Until you have lived, my legacy will be none of peace, not endless war. We can.
Am I dead? They can only Song for one, and they can't activate their boots. Hell yeah. We gotta deal with this Arabella. There's gotta be a way. We've got the Wish Claw, right? We can temporary lockdown. We go to 3. We go to 2. Ah! Mauling. We get back grief. Guess what that does? Takes that Song. Reprieve? Do I have to take the reprieve? Am I? Oh no. Oh my god, what a draw. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? If I take the Song, God, Wishclaw lockdown, it has to be, but then what do? If I Wishclaw lockdown, then they just play Song for 3 and it gives haste, right? Oh my God, what a perfect combination they have right now. They have an absolutely perfect combination against me. What do I do? The Song kills me unless I can also gain life. How do they have the nuts? I can play a hearse. A hearse can block one thing. I can play Wishclaw hearse. Okay. No, I still have to get rid of the Arabella or nothing good happens. I take the reprieve. I play hearse or Wishclaw. I turn the Wishclaw into a creature. I have 2 blockers against 3 attackers. Okay. I have a plan. It requires them not to draw a land? No, because they still have the Thalia. My plan doesn't work. I don't think there's a way out of it. I don't think there's a way out of it. I do have the blockers. I do have 1 blocker. I need another blocker and I don't have it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I need another blocker and I don't have it. Is there anything else I can get? Is there anything else I can get? I don't see it. I don't see it, man. Now, because they also can't untap with this thing, right? They can't untap with this thing. I'll lose. And then look at that. I'm short. I'm short. I mean, hope they don't see it. That's all I can do. And I'm just going to die here for exiling. And oh my God. Ugh. Ugh. Storm. Storm. All kinds of interaction is good against Storm. So is Mana Tithe, and so is Esper Sentinel, and so is, like, we have Chrome Mox in hand, so this hand is amazing. The only question will be, do we have a white card to exile to it? And they have Ragavan! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't think we can do Mana Tithe then. Mauling might be live next turn. You do have to get the Esper Sentinel out of the way. They're going right for it. Okay. Easy. Never didn't have it. If they mill this, it'll be bad. If they make me shuffle, that'll be worse. Okay. It's safe for now. Play Commander. Hand. Dead. That's why you run Mauling instead of another land. Inspiration from Beyond. Mill 3 cards, instant or sorcery from graveyard to hand. They get back Memory Lapse. Oh, beautiful draw. Okay. No Exile Machine yet. We need to find one, but if we find one, we'll be in good shape. Vadric, right? Astral Archmage. Thankfully, it's right there. Now, when I play Vadric, like, some people play a bunch of pump spells to make Vadric big, but I just like to run it with a bunch of other effects. The opponent's just out, though. They're done at that point. Those early game decisions, clutch.